Welcome to the Quest for Efficiency in Consulting Teams. This paper has been written together with Karen Königs, Tom Snyders, Mien Segers and Jeroen van Meerenbroek. My name is Catharina Bolle-Carbonell, and this research has been funded by the Dutch Ministry of Education. Information exchange is important because we are living in an information society. We have at our fingertips a plethora of information. But this research is not about how to best find information online. Google does that for us. This research is about the importance of information exchange between people. This picture has been taken in Brussels, Belgium, my hometown. What you see here is a public toilet in front of a bus stop. Well, while this is not the worst thing that could happen, not everybody likes to wait for the bus in front of a public toilet. On the other side, not everybody would like to enter a public toilet with everybody looking at them. So what happened is that once they realized that the public toilet was in front of the bus stop, they are now going to dig up the bus stop and place it a couple of meters further. Nothing that bad, but this costs money. So that money could have been saved if there would have been some communication between those two centers that were responsible for the bus stop and the public toilet. And this is what we're going to look at. So normally when research is done looking at information exchange, people look at the individual level. So how much do I exchange information? Or other research looks at the team level. So how much information is exchanged in the team? But while neither of them is wrong, both of them are incomplete. Because everybody has a baseline level of information exchange. Then this baseline level increases or decreases depending on with whom we are exchanging information. And thirdly, again, this relationship, this level of information exchange between two people changes depending on the context where you're in. In a library, at least 10 to 20 years ago, those places were normally to be silent and you exchange less information than you will do in a cafe. So information exchange is influenced by individual attributes, by dyadic attributes, and by the network. Now, the level of information exchange that happens within a team, this happens within the team's transactive memory system. Now, this transactive memory system, it is composed of individuals' transactive memory and a certain number of processes. Transactive memories are memories about memories. They are meta-memories. So a transactive memory is the knowledge a team member has about the expertise of the other team members. The processes that happen within the transactive memory system are task coordination and communication that happen thanks to the individual's transactive memories. So why is this important? Well, first it is important to give information. So for example, when you as a team member get information about a topic in which you are not the expert in, but you know who in your team is an expert in that, you will give that piece of information to somebody, to that person in the team. That's when you use your transactive memory system. And secondly, you use your transactive memory system when you're stuck on a task and you know that there's somebody in your team that can help you. Then you go to that person to ask for information. In that time, you're also using your transactive memory system. So we saw that information exchange can take two forms. First, you can give new information, and secondly, you can get information out of your transactive memory system. And we also saw that information exchange happen at three levels: the individual, dyadic, and the network level. So in this research, we looked at what individual, dyadic, and network factors influence the creation and maintenance of information allocation and information retrieval ties. So important this is that a tie, a link between two people, it can be created, but once you create it, so once you had one-time interaction with that person, you have to decide if you want to maintain that tie, so if you want to go again to that person or not. So therefore we make a distinction between creating a tie and maintaining a tie. To see how these ties develop, we looked at data in student consulting teams. While these were students, the companies were real. And the problem the company had were also real. So the companies really wanted the students to produce a great outcome, because the company representative is going with the student's product to the management board and is presenting this. So these are real consulting teams in that regard, because they really need it. And the students know that whatever they're doing, it also has an impact on their future job, because this is their capstone project. With that, they're proving to the job market that they can actually apply all the things that they learned in the master degree and solve a real problem. It's something the company need. To collect the data, we used validated instruments, and we collected data at 3 points in time and the individual attributes before the group started. Let's come to the results. For those of you who would like to have more information about the theories, please contact me. For information allocation ties, it means that adaptive expertise is crucial. You don't want to look like an idiot and give the person information that is trivial about their area of expertise. I mean, time is of an essence. You want to not bother them by sending them emails that are not required. So adaptive expertise makes you able to discern between relevant and irrelevant information outside your area of expertise. What we also saw is that if you see that everybody goes to one person and allocates new information to that person, you take the decision that, well, he or she gets the information from somebody else, and I don't need to invest my time in that. So for efficiency reasons, you will not create that time. Regarding information allocation, what we saw is that the value that you place on the expertise of others is crucial. So how important the expertise of other people's are determines if you're going to go to them to ask for information. What we also saw, and this is not only for the small teams we have here, so these were teams were of the size of 5 team members, and these were ad hoc teams. This need to be kept in mind, so that in those teams, transitive triplets will not be formed, because team members rely on each other to pass on information. In larger teams, and especially in larger ongoing teams, this may not be the case. To conclude, 2 things you should keep in mind. To give new information to someone, the benefits of direct ties outweigh the costs. And secondly, to get information from someone, the costs of direct ties outweigh the benefits. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.